1, 2, 3, loud. There you go.
Hey everyone, we are here in Nashville, Tennessee. We are at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel at NRB, which is the National Religious Broadcasters Convention. And this convention is massive. It's been a really exciting week. We've gotten to meet so many just amazing people who are in film, television, radio, all kinds of different media outlets. And the purpose of being here, it's called Proclaim 18, right? And the whole purpose is people just learning and how and networking with other people who are just here to proclaim the good news of Christ. So last night, Garrett and I came and we attended an ice cream social, which was really fun. And we met Anna. And tell us a little bit about it. Introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about why you're here.
Okay, so my name is Meli. I'm a film student just about to graduate. I'm here just making connections. I've met some incredible, awesome, amazing people. This is a really, really good event. I just love it here. It's super exciting. So I was homeschooled growing up. I had a really good experience with that. Wouldn't trade that for the world. And that's kind of what launched me into going into film. I was able to just film things in the backyard with my brothers and sisters. Oh, brother and sisters. The dog doesn't count as a brother. And just really realized that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into film. Film was something that I realized I had skill in and something that I could use to glorify God.
That's awesome. What are some things, were there like a couple of short films or anything like that you did that were really memorable to you?
There's one in particular, Girl Without a Name. It's just a short pro-life film that I did. That I saw just the hand of God. I saw Him provide in ways I didn't even expect. There was one time in particular, I was waiting for something to render out in the computer, and while I was waiting for it, I realized I wasn't going to be able to eat because I needed to watch that computer and make sure that nobody at the school messed with it. So I was waiting there and I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't need to eat. I'm fine. I'll just sit here, watch the computer. And God sent someone to bring me food, a complete stranger. She popped her head in the room. She's like, hey, you're not hungry, are you? Do you want, I have honey and some fries from the restaurant left over and nobody wants it. Do you want it? I was just like, oh my gosh, God, you gave me food when I didn't even think. I was so stupid to not even think to pray for that. I was just like, all right, just tough it out, just get through it. And that right there told me wow, I need to be praying more for just even the little things, the things that I think God doesn't care about.
That's awesome.
Yes, He does.
So tell us about your homeschool journey. Why did you begin homeschooling, or I should say, why did your parents begin homeschooling you? And were you homeschooled all the way from kindergarten through 12th grade? What's your homeschool story?
So I went to public school for kindergarten and first grade, or preschool and kindergarten. And by the end of the time, the school had already determined that I was learning disabled, and they wanted to label me that, put me in a special ed class. But that wasn't good enough for my mom. She was like, no, I know this kid is smart. I know she is capable. I don't want to just put her in a special ed class. So she started homeschooling me. What she didn't know at the time is that I am very, very dyslexic. So she tried to teach me how to read. She tried every program out there that was imaginable, trying to figure out a way to get it in my brain that it would stick, but just nothing was working. And my mom is actually a teacher. She has a master's in reading education, and it did nothing. She was very frustrated. We were both very frustrated. At the age of 10, I gave up all hope of ever being able to learn how to read. That was a very trying time in my life. If I didn't have God in my life, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have committed suicide. I was very depressed because in my mind, I always felt like the call to change the world and to make the world a better place. But how could I do that if I couldn't even read? And I was angry at God. I was like, God, why did you make me this way? I would rather have my limbs chopped off. I would rather anything but this. I'd rather I'd rather be actually stupid, because then at least I'd have a reason. I could tell people why I can't read instead of always trying to dodge the issue or run to the bathroom when people ask me to read something. So I was very angry at God, but he answered me, and his answer was, no, I made you this way for a reason. You are good enough how you are, and I will still use you if you let me. And it was years later, I was still struggling with that, but eventually I kind of just accepted that, you know what, even if I never learned how to read, God is still good. God still loves me, and he made me this way for a reason. And actually, sometime after that, I started receiving help from Michigan Dyslexic Institute. They actually were able to teach in a different way that was actually more helpful, and now I can read. I'm still not great at it. My spelling sucks, but I can do it now, and thank the Lord for my mom. My mom was awesome. She did not give up on me. There were so many times through homeschooling, there were days where we would just cry and have tears because we were both frustrated. She was so patient with me, even though I was mad and rebellious, and I wanted to be done. But she pulled through for me. Yeah.
That is an amazing story, and amazing to think about what would have happened had you been in public school, had you continued on in public school, and what that would have looked like, what your life would look like today, as a result of that. So that is neat. That is a great story. How do you see, other than the reading and the academic part of it, what have you seen as a benefit of having been homeschooled, and maybe like in relationships with your siblings, and you talked about your relationship with your mom. How have you seen God work through relationships?
Big question. So many ways I've been blessed by homeschooling, not just in the educational aspect, but with networking with other homeschoolers, other like-minded people. I was able to get a very individualized education. At a certain point, we determined, okay, I'm never going to be a great reader. That's okay. What else can we do? I learned how to sew at the age of 12. I eventually, a few years later, started designing my own clothes.
Wow.
I learned how to be a great cook. I learned all these different things that if I had been in a regular public school education, I don't know if I would have been able to utilize.
Yeah, that is awesome. And now you're in your senior year of college, right?
So I'm about to graduate at the end of the semester.
Okay, and where are you going to school?
Macomb Community College.
Okay, that is great. And so you're pursuing film. You want to be a director, right?
Yes.
What kind of movies do you want to direct? Do you have a specific?
Anything and everything with a good message.
Okay. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with us. It is such an encouragement just to hear your story, and I know it will be an encouragement to others as well, because it's something that you're certainly not the only one who has had this struggle. There are many, and it's neat to see you on the other side of it, and how God has blessed you and your family through that. So I wish you just tons of blessings in your endeavor to direct, and I'm sure God will use you. He made you on purpose and for a purpose. We tell that to our girls all the time. So he's going to use the gifts that he's given you for his glory. Yeah. So great to meet you, though. Thank you for taking time to talk with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Bye.